Ukraine's Independence Day darkened by deadly missile strike. Kiev's Ukraine, CNN. Ukraine's Independence Day, which on Wednesday marks our 31st anniversary of when the country voted to break with the Soviet Union, has been more somber affair this year, with officials attending memorials. The day was darkened by a missile strike on an eastern Ukrainian train station, which killed at least 22 people, fulfilling warnings by Ukrainian officials. While previous years have been marked by celebrations and parades, Wednesday's commemoration comes exactly 6 months after Russia's invasion of the country began. President Volodymyr Zelensky marked the day with the emotional address that spoke with the Russian invasion as the new Independence Day, the day Ukraine had to fight for its freedom rather than simply voting for it at the ballot box. A new nation emerged on February 24th at 4 p.m. North Phone, but reborn. A nation that didn't cry, didn't scream, didn't get scared, didn't run away, didn't give up, didn't forget. Zelensky said Wednesday. He added, every new day is a new reason not to give up, because having gone through so much, we have no right not to reach the end. What is the end of the world for us? We used to say peace, now we say victory. Across the country, Ukrainians paid tribute to those who have been killed in military action since the invasion began. Foreign leaders such as UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson has visited Kiev. In the capital, Zelensky and First Lady Olena Zelenska visited the memory wall of fallen defenders of Ukraine in the western city of Lviv. Visually, emotional family members of fallen soldiers attended a ceremony at the memorial, a field of Mars. Ukrainian first Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky and his wife Olena visit the memory wall of fallen defenders of Ukraine in Kiev on August 24th. But Zelensky has also warned that Russia might step up efforts to launch attacks, including missile strikes on infrastructure facilities or state institutions around the holiday. The US government joined the chorus of concern, telling Americans on Tuesday to leave the country immediately. On Wednesday, those fears appeared to play out. Yulia, an advisor to Ukrainian Defense Minister Oleg Oleksiy Reznikov, told CNN that Russia conducted a missile strike across the Ukrainian territory. In other major cities of Ukraine, even those which are far away from the battlefield, there have been explosions, there have been missile strikes, Zak said, adding that Kiev had at least eight air raid sirens on Wednesday. The Chaplin train station in the eastern Dnipropetrovsk Oblast was hit in a strike, killing at least 22 people and wounding 50 more, Zelensky said later on Wednesday. An 11-year-old was among those killed in the strike. Chaplin is our pain today. As of this moment, there are 22 deaths, five of them burned in the car. A teenager died. He was 11 years old. A Russian rocket destroyed his house, Zelensky added. At least 50 people were injured in the strike at Chaplin train station in eastern Ukraine. CNN could not independently verify this image. not that easily scared. In lieu of the parade, wrecked or captured Russian military vehicles, including tanks, are placed on Krezchatik, Kiev's main street, as a testament to Moscow's failed attempt to capture the capital in the early weeks of the war. On the eve of Independence Day, crowds of people are seen in Krezchatik inspecting the display. Some children crawled up the rusty metal carcass of the tank, with the others posed for pictures by the mangled vehicles. Lyubov, who asked for her last name to not be published, said that she turned up to show the scrap metal parade to her 8-year-old son Ilya. As Ilya climbed, climbed on the Russian combat vehicle, Lyubov describes the parade as symbolic, saying a lot of people in Kiev have forgotten about war. So I think this is a good reminder. Lyubov says she won't leave Kiev despite the risk of the Russian attack. Her husband, who is fighting on the front line, has implored her to leave the capital for their summer home 50 kilometers, 31 miles away, she said, but she has refused to go. Even if there are massive missile strikes on Kiev on Wednesday, we will not leave, she said, explaining she has an emergency bag at home with enough clothes and overalls in case of radiation pollution, in case of missiles. We are not that easily scared by them anymore. I don't feel positive about Independence Day. Independence Day. I rather feel sad, she added, because I understand what is going on and my husband and my brother are on the front line. Front line. Holding a Ukrainian flag, another onlooker told CNN she also has relatives fighting against Russia. My father is on the front line. A lot of my relatives are on the front line. So tomorrow is not a celebration post purse, but honoring and feeling independence because this time it will feel differently than for the previous 30 years, said Daria, 35, who declines to give her last name. Family members of fallen soldiers attend a ceremony at the memorial, the Field of Mars. International solidarity. U.S. President Joe Biden marked the Ukraine's Independence Day Wednesday by retreating the U.S. commitment to Ukraine with a new $2.98 billion investment in security assistance. This will allow Ukraine to acquire air defense systems, artillery systems, and munitions, counter unmanned area systems, and radars to ensure it can continue to defend itself over the long term, Biden said in a statement Wednesday. Today is not only a celebration of the past, but a resounding affirmation that Ukraine proudly remains and will remain a sovereign and independent nation, Biden said, adding that the U.S. looks forward to continuing to celebrate Ukraine as the democratic, independent, sovereign, and prosperous state for decades to come. Included in the security assistance packages Vampire, counter unmanned area system, or counter drone system that use the small missiles is essentially to shoot missiles out of the sky. Department of Defense Undersecretary for Policy Dr. Colin Kahl told the reporters later on Wednesday. Dignitar- Dignitaries and the families attend the ceremony for the fallen soldiers of Ukraine on the field of Mars on Wednesday in Lviv. World leaders joined Biden on Wednesday in pledging continuing support for Ukraine. British Prime Minister Johnson met with Zelensky during his visit. He announced a $66 million aid package for Ukraine, telling the country that it can and will win the war against Russia. Portugal's Foreign Minister João Gomes Crambinho was also among foreign leaders in Kiev. In Brussels, a giant Ukrainian flag was unrolled on Grand Place during an event attended by President of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen. A Twitter message on Wednesday, President of the European Council Charles Michel said, your future is our common future, and it's why we want to support you as much as we can to protect and to defend your independence, your sovereignty, and your territorial integrity. We are with you. It's tearing me apart. On Kiev's Kryazchatik on Tuesday, many who spoke to CNN shared the worries about the possible Russian attack on Wednesday. After 6 months of conflict that have sent Ukraine's economy into a tailspin and disrupted almost every part of daily life, the worriness was tangible. Daria is also worried about the attack on Independence Day. I don't feel festive about tomorrow, not in the festive mood, said the 29-year-old Oleg Oleksiy, explaining that he's worrying about missiles being fired on the capital. My hatred for Russians has grown so big that it's tearing me apart, said Anna, 68, who declines to give her surname for safety reasons. The clinic that she works in has told her to work remotely for the next few days. I've worked throughout the war, sometimes getting home under shelling, she said. She described the Russian President Vladimir Putin as unpredictable, like a monkey holding a grenade. He say one thing, does something different, and nobody can guess what's exactly on his mind, she said. CNN's Kylie Blaney, Karen Smith, Nicholas Pierce, and Radina Gigoba contributed to this report.